Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Elias and welcome back to Terraria, the melee only challenge. In the last episode, we were looking for some accessories, didn't have too much luck with that, but we went ahead and defeated the Wall of Flesh and put our world into hard mode. So now we have more difficult enemies spawning, such as if we go to the desert and head this way. There is a couple enemies we can find in the desert, which wouldn't be bad to find. Be quite useful. But the corruption is going to be spreading faster. We also have, well, we have some other things going on. We have the Hollow that is also spreading in our world now. And, well, we need to do something kind of important. We need to head to the Underground Crimson, because today there's a couple things I want to try to get done, but the very first thing we need to do is we need to break some altars with our brand new pawn hammer. So any altar pretty much that I find, I'm going to want to break. And can I reach it? No. How about now? No. Alright, so we need to get fairly close, and what this is going to do is a couple of things. The main thing is that it's going to release new ores into our world. What ore, I'm not entirely sure, but there's 3 tiers, and for each altar we break, it releases another set of those. So it goes in order, obviously. Lowest tier first, and all that kind of stuff. So, let's see, can we break it from here? We can. Palladium. Palladium is okay. So breaking altar also summons a wraith, which is not a big deal. And it also puts somewhere in the world, who knows where, but randomly in the world, it places either a, I think it's either a block of hollow or a block of crimson, for our world anyways. We just fling those slimes. So yeah, we also have some new enemies, but it places a block of crimson or hollow. I don't think it does both. I think it's either or, and that can lead to more effectively corruption in our world. So yeah, that is something to kind of keep in mind. Breaking more altars is not necessarily better, and we also need to keep some altars around just because if we don't, then we can't use them. And they are required for some crafting recipes, including, hopefully, one that we get to today. But first things first, we need to break altars. Next is Mithril. I think Mithril is a good one. I don't really know which ones are which, or like which ones are good, which ones aren't. They do have slightly different stats, but does it matter all that much? Not really. But yeah, breaking the altar summons at least 1 wraith. I think it can summon up to like 3 or something. But unfortunately, this place doesn't look like it has many altars. This is a pretty awful crimson, to be honest. And we need to find at least 1 more. Now, there is other things going on in the world now. Obviously, there's new enemies, which are kind of awful. But we have access to a lot of new things, and some of those new things are really, really good. Okay, so one thing we kind of need to do is to fight in the underground corruption, or crimson. It's the same thing. Is there not? Okay, there's one more up top a little bit. We're gonna go break that one, and that'll give us 3 new ores. Now, the ores are progressive in the terms of if we want to mine one and use one, we're going to need a pickaxe of the previous. Now, Palladium is mineable with our molten pickaxe. No problem there. Oh, that's why I didn't see it, because I had the map on it. There is 2 there. Do I want to break both of them? I mean, if there's a couple more, then yes, but looks like there's at least 1 more. if I could find 6 altars, you know, we could always go to the other Crimson and break an altar there. That would work. So, titanium, more palladium. In these worlds, you'll only ever get one of each, but there is seeds, special seeds that will give you both ores. I believe it's called the drunk seed. I'm not too familiar with the like seeds that were added in that are special, like for the worthy, which makes everything hard, celebration, that kind of stuff. I'm not familiar with those, but let's go ahead and break that one. That's Mithril. And yeah, I don't see any more altars around. But one thing to note is breaking more altars means there's more ore generating. But it also means that there's more corruption and hollow blocks being randomly placed in the world. So, kind of bad. Is this an actual chest? I am actually looking for, well, that. I wanted a radar. There is a very important, ooh, but it doesn't tell me what enemies. I need a, oh, what is that item called? Life form detector. And that drops from rare enemies. Radar is not super useful. Never mind. But, did I pick up that chest? Okay. So I don't see any more altars here, so let's head back home. Let's drop things off, and I forgot that I have things in my inventory. I'll sort things later. Actually, let's loot all, and then do that. And then anything else, I'll just deposit into there, and I'll sort that later. I have some Pearl Road crates, which are nice. You can get Palladium, so we can get ores. The Hardmode ores from this, which is kind of nice. And there is a couple of things we need to find in the world, just kind of in general. So we'll put Palladium there. Can we quick stack? Cool. Alright, so we are going to head now to the other Crimson. And I want to break one more altar. But no more than that, and I want to kind of keep the most convenient altar in a place where we can kind of use it. So at this point, we have a lot of different things we can do, and today's episode is going to be mostly going and mining and finding Palladium, Mithril, and Titanium, which is what we have, which is kind of awful because, yeah, I think it's Titanium, and I don't remember what Mithril looks like. I think Mithril is an easy ore to find, to see. But, yeah, Titanium is like my bane. I hate looking for Titanium because it is very much, it looks very similar to, I think it's silver that it looks like. And so it's really hard to tell. So there is an altar right there. But there's another one further down. We'll break the one that's further down. There's actually 2 here, but I don't want to break too many of these. So there, we have a bunch of titanium. So, with that, we can start working on some cool stuff. One thing we do need to do is go into the earth a little bit. We need to get a little ways down so that we can try to find some interesting things. Let's go ahead and kill this guy. The Buster Blade is actually a pretty good weapon, but I would like to upgrade our weapons. And there is another weapon that we can get that is potentially a little bit better. But whether or not we can find it is a different story. The other thing we need to do is we need to find a couple of things. So we need to find some mimics. Mimics are important. We need to go relatively deep in the underground Crimson so that we can get souls. This is not the underground crimson. I haven't explored this all that much because I keep dying here. So let's explore a little bit. There's a house right there. And those rolling cactuses are kind of awful. That is not a house. This place is not the most friendly place. But there is some cool things down here. We are also in a kind of mixed biome. So we can get some interesting things. But what I'm looking for is to not die. Mostly. What I'm looking for is those, actually. Souls of Night. So these are really important things. And we need to collect a lot of them. We get them from Underground Crimson. Which is probably here. There is a lot of enemies. What is going on? There's lava down here. Interesting. I've never seen anything like this. Alright, let's get out of here. Whew. Okay. So, we have some Souls of Night. These are going to be really important. Anything else? We got a little bit of Ichor, which is also really good. But I want to see, do we have the accessory I want? No. We have a tally counter. We do not have a life form analyzer. I don't remember how to get those exactly. I think they might be from the Traveling Salesman, or else... Yeah, they're from the Traveling Salesman. But Souls of Night are really important. It'll allow us to make a bunch of things, including Mechanical Worm. That's one of the first things I want to do, is fight the Destroyer. That'll be our first hard mode boss, unless something awful happens. Now, I'm going to take just a moment to go talk to the Angler. Doing Angler quests is good for various things. Crimson, I don't really want to do that one. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go, well, look for ores. So we're just going to head on down from our base. And I think I want to go into just normal caves. If we can find just normal caves, that would be nice. The underground desert is kind of awful. But, yeah, the lower we go, obviously the ores generate, much like a lot of the other ores, the better ores are further down. There are also a lot more enemies, and they do a lot more things. They also have a lot more health. Basically, everything is going to be awful from here on out. For a while. The beginning of hard mode is always just an absolute pain. But I am looking for a couple of things. And, you know what? Purple is good. I like purple. Purple is one of my favorite colors, actually. So, we'll just grab a little bit of purple. Now, unfortunately, I don't remember what else we need. For this weapon that I'm making. If you are familiar with Terraria, you might know the weapon I want to make. It isn't pretty easy. I believe it's a pretty easy to get early hard mode weapon. By the way, the mushroom biome is a lot more difficult as well. There's everything's just more difficult, except for the underworld and the dungeon. Both of those are not too bad. And hey, here is an underground hollow. This is important, so that we can get a couple of things. Specifically, Souls of Light. Also, those crystals. Crystal shards are really important. These guys can also drop something really good, but I doubt they will. Yeah, those guys drop one of the best items, most useful items in the game, arguably. But they never want to drop the item. Like, ever. The Chaos Elementals, I think is what they're called. Oh, Pigron. Hi, Pigron. well, we got his pig-run minecart. Cool. So that was pig-run. And pig-run is pretty cool. He spawns in various biomes, specifically hollow and crimson corruption type stuff. I've not seen any ore. There is some ore, but we can't mine that one. That is the mithril. Mithril is easy enough to spot. But yeah, pig-run spawns in various places, and he has some really cool drops. I thought he only spawned in ice biomes that were mixed with corruption or hollow, but apparently not. Alright, so let's go around. Ooh, an ice turtle. This guy can drop some really good things for us. But he's just gonna... Oh, because there is the ice biome. I didn't know that we were close enough for this. Okay, hey, there is Palladium. So this is Palladium. It's a very distinct orange color. Pretty easy to tell. We need to mine a bit of it. And yeah, that's it. We just need to mine a bunch of it. And then once we have enough palladium, we can make a pickaxe and go from there. So I think I don't actually know how much we need. It's probably like 15. We probably need about 60. 60 or 80 ore. Again, I'm not entirely sure. We're also gonna grab crystal shards because why not? But yeah, there is some mithril right there. We cannot mine it, which is unfortunate. But yeah, this ice biome hollow mix is not the worst, but does bring some issues. Also, mining is super slow. I don't know how many crystal shards, if any, we really need. But, you know, we can... Because we do have a heavy pickaxe. I don't have any mining potions on me. We can go ahead and use a shine potion. And a night owl. Alright, so... I will tell you guys what, I am going to do a bit of mining, and I'll come back once I have either some interesting things or enough palladium to get by. So I'll be back once I have a little bit of progress done. Oh well, so I found the wizard, who is not particularly useful to us, but yeah, I've been exploring around. I found a chest. Nothing major. Haven't really found anything like super great yet. I did get a worm statue, which could be good for fishing. But yeah, I think there is titanium. So this is what titanium looks like, and you might be able to tell why I get that confused with like silver and a little bit of tungsten. But yeah. Anyways, I do believe. There was also a skeleton trader. Had some cool things, but nothing I really wanted. And Soul of Light. I think we need these crystal shards. Let me get back into more of the hollow, but we're gonna head back home in just a moment because we should be able to make a couple of things. So the first thing we're going to be making is an upgraded sword, and then we should be able to also make the upgraded pickaxe. I haven't explored this place yet, so we'll do that real quick, and then my inventory is so full. There's a magic mirror. Can we take any of it? We can take a single potion. Okay, so there's not much... ooh, that is not useful for us. There is a light mummy as well. That is a... frost staff, which is a magic weapon. But this is a light mummy, which is actually really good. Can drop some good things. Didn't drop anything. That's okay. So yeah, there is definitely a lot of things we can we can do... there is some TNT. There is a trap. There is so much stuff going on. Alright, let's just go home. And what we're going to do, first of all, is we're going to deposit everything we can. And then I have 80 Palladium. Let's grab all of our Palladium. And some Meteorite. I think we need 15. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to make Palladium. Now, I think we need like 15-ish. Oh, it's only 3. I thought it was 4. The later ores are 4. But with that, we can make a couple of things. Specifically, just the pickaxe. That's really all I want. And it's just normal, but not too bad. Okay, so Frost Staff we cannot use. But something we can do. I could also make Palladium armor, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'd rather get Titanium armor. But let's see. Do we not have enough, or did I... Oh, I stacked them. Okay, so we need our Amethyst. I think we need 10 Amethyst, and we can make a purple Phase Blade. Now, this is a pre-hard mode weapon. Pretty useless to us right now. However, and this is where things get a little better. We can upgrade it. The problem is, I don't remember what we need to upgrade it. I think it's the crystal shards. What else? Is there anything else? It is just 50 crystal shards. So, we need a bunch of crystals. That is awful. Also, the worm statue, by the way. Statues you can activate and spawn in whatever it has. With the worm statue, it would spawn in, well, worms. So that would be super useful to us if we needed a bunch of things for fishing. So, from here, we need to pretty much just go back down and do more work in the hollow. Now, the area I was in was not too bad, but I almost want to find a new cave to explore. But, again, it's just going to be a matter of going down there, getting Mithril this time, and working our way to a couple new things. Now, Mithril is going to be a little bit more challenging because you don't just need Mithril. So we're going to just go down a little bit. And, yeah, we're going to need to find plenty of the blue ore. You know what would have been smart? Spelunker potion. Okay, this should be far enough down that we should see some ores if there are any nearby. But let's see, can we go up a little bit from here? No. Okay. So at this point, I need to mine for Mithril. And once I have a lot more Mithril, also that was corruption. There was crimson in there. I will be honest, I'm going to use the words corruption and crimson kind of interchangeably. Corruption in terms of the world's corruption, and crimson is what we actually have. That is the type of corruption that we have. It's a little bit weird terminology, I know, but it's kind of hard to get used to saying it otherwise, because for the longest time it was always just corruption. There was no crimson, just the corruption. And yeah, we should be low enough. I think lava level is like prime location for titanium, and the ores are basically in order. Okay, so there is a spider cave there. I kind of want to avoid spiders. One, they are kind of awful, but two, they don't really do anything for me. Plus, I just, in general, don't like spiders. But I guess we're going to have to go through. Yeah, so there's a new type of spider, a black recluse, which is a combination of brown recluse and black widow. These guys do drop some really good things, but not for us. Well, they don't really drop good things per se. They just drop titanium. Anyways, you can see that our pickaxe is already a lot better. So yeah, I'm going to explore around. Try to get 50 whole. Yeah, these guys are painful to deal with. But they drop Spider Fangs, which is a summoner. They can give you a couple summon weapons, and the summon armor, which are both pretty good for the summoner class. We'll get to when we play as a summoner. But I think I'm going to leave you guys once again, and yeah, be back once I have Mithril. So yeah, I'll be back in a bit. Alright, so mostly unsuccessful. To be perfectly honest, I went fishing, and I got a lot of things from fishing. So first things first, we're gonna deposit everything we can, which is not that much. I've got quite a few crates, a bunch of fish things. I have a crystal serpent, which I fished up, which is kind of neat. And it's also raining slime, so take that as you will. Let's see. Put our hat back on and switch those back around. So yeah, a bunch of different fish, useful for things. I also found an ice chest, which had some intrepid ice skates. Killed a pixie, got some pixie dust, and found a diamond. Not super useful in this game. But yeah, it's raining slime. We could kill the king slime. There's no reason to, but it would be pretty easy, to be perfectly honest. So what we're gonna do is a couple things, and we're starting to run low on time, so we're gonna open up these crates. So pearl wood, mining potion, and cobalt ore. So cobalt is one of the other ore types, which you can get from any of the hard mode crates. So all the crates have two different versions, pre-hard mode and hard mode, and we're getting the hard mode crates, obviously. So mithril crates are next. Some more cobalt, and nothing too great there. And then 3 titanium. We have a rideable turtle mount, which is actually better than the rabbit, because he's super fast in the water. And let's see, 1 more, 2 more. Looks like we got some other things, but I can't really tell what. So here is a question. If we make the rest of this into cobalt, 1, we can make a cobalt sword, but can we make... we don't have enough. I think cobalt is the same level as mithril. No, it is not. So cobalt and palladium are the same level. I don't remember what mithril and orichalcum and titanium and adamantite. That's what it is. Alright, so unfortunate, but we're gonna keep the mining potions on us. We're gonna just go ahead and do one of these. Get rid of most of that, deposit everything else. We're gonna upgrade our bait to the master tier. I do know the joke. I'm going to avoid the joke a little bit, but I'll put the rest of the bait in there. We should grab potions are over here. So we have mining potions. I want a couple spelunker potions, and so here's what we're gonna do. Where would be a good place to head down? Unfortunately, this world doesn't have too many great caves. That's where I don't know if I'm gonna include that in the footage. If I decided to, you've already seen it. But I died to a trap. I thought I disabled the trap, and turns out I didn't. So let's see. We could go. I mean, we could go down the jungle. We could go over here. Go down the Crimson. Get more Souls of Night. You know what? Let's go down our elevator, and we're going to take both the Spelunker and the Mining Potion, and hopefully we're going to find what I want. Now, the other thing we could do is take a Hunter Potion. And then I have to figure out how these ores look with the effect on them. So we are looking for a blue ore that is lead. Yeah, I really wish that these ores were a little bit easier to find. I mean, we've gone this way before, but I mean, alternatively, we just go to the left. So I guess let's go this way. That is a big red slime, even though he wasn't even red. Red because of the Hunter Potion. So the Hunter Potion is for something else that I'm kind of looking for. That is a golem dude. And rock golem. Alright, so we can get our first Mithril ore. I wonder if he's going to drop anything. There's some spider fangs in there. Souls of Light. Alright, let's heal. Rock Golem Head. That's a vanity item. Okay. So, spiders. Oh hey, it's the hairdresser. She spawned. So she spawns in spider caves, unfortunately. The hairstylist, or I guess she's just the stylist. And I feel really bad for her. But we have a mining potion, so we can dig pretty quickly and easily through most rocks. We're kind of getting low to the. We're gonna die. Ugh, dying to a spider. That is nightmarish. So yeah, we need to find a place, and I need to see what the ore looks like. But we have all of one Mithril ore. Honestly, this episode has gone on kind of long enough. We got a lot of stuff done, don't get me wrong, but there's still a lot of work to do. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call the episode here, and I'm going to go mining for Mithril. And then next episode we'll start off with a little bit of crafting with the Mithril, and then I am going to go get a bunch of titanium, which will allow me to kind of finish up what we need to do to get equipped for our first boss, potentially. Now there's a couple things that we need to kind of focus on. I want a lifeform analyzer. That is glowing mushroom fields, of course. I'll probably go get that here in a moment. Because I think I have. Yeah, that should be good enough. And I can just. I'm not going to go down the elevator. I kind of despise going down the elevator. It's annoying to get to. But yeah, there is a bunch of things we can kind of work towards. We can get more equipment, and I didn't get quite as much done this episode as I wanted to, but we had a lot of things to kind of do. This was another mining episode. Those should kind of subside from here on out. I'm going to try to do most of the mining off camera, but once I get the Mithril, we're going to need to craft up a Mithril anvil. And so that is what I'm going to bring you guys back in for. But then after that, titanium, we're going to need a titanium forge, which is going to allow us to make... Where is the... Okay, just straight down. Which is going to allow us to make the armor and everything we need from Mithril. So, or not Mithril, titanium. So that is... pretty much just where we're at. Got a lot to do, but I'm going to work on most of that off camera, and we'll come back next episode. and hopefully start getting equipped to take on the Destroyer. So that's the plan. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!